of the Imperial Settlers Roll and Write app. So for any of you who didn't hear our introduction, we're here to play the Imperial Settlers Roll and Write app to help you guys learn about it and to have a good time. And we're going to play the game and answer any questions that you may have about it. We're going to introduce you to this wonderful app that I have played an immense amount of times solo, but I still am not crazy good at it. But that's okay because if you guys have any tips or hints, you can all help me out. And Luke is going to be here to share some anecdotes about Imperial Settlers Roll and Write and possibly about the app as well. So welcome to everyone who's watching from Twitch, from YouTube, from Periscope. If you're watching from anywhere you're watching, we're glad that you're
All
here.
the things.
All the things for everything.
All the
Yeah.
things. Hey, everybody. And
Hey.
this time I don't have an IKEA warehouse crew in my ear. So that's exciting.
Yeah, which is great. Which made it seem like you were, losing your mind a little bit on the last
Yeah,
stream
talk
because
the
the
voices. The
voices,
voices.
the
They're
voices.
Polish.
At least when you hear voices in your head, we know they're Polish voices. So
That's right.
that's the language that you hear voices in your head.
Yeah, the voice in my head is Polish and can't pronounce Amazons. So
Yeah, and we can say that now since Ignacy is going home and is not watching the
oh,
stream right now.
phew. Phew.
All right, so I have here in the middle of my screen, as you can see, the Imperial Settlers Roll and Write app. This is on iOS and Android. You can play it on your iPhone, your iPad, your tablet, your Android phone. If you have, the applications, you can play it on your computer, like I am right here, which lets you play with the mouse, which is kind of nice. And you've got the great little Imperial Settlers artwork here. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's a very well done app. It's very smooth and streamlined. Um, hey, it's Sean. What are you doing? What's up, Sean? How you doing? Um, and you can see all my embarrassing scores here as I try to get all my empires up above
So
70.
wow, so your Empire score is 611.
611 is my empire
That's
score.
not too shabby, sir.
It's not too shabby, but
Too
I still have
shabby.
some other empires to play. I still have some other ones to play. As you can see, I've got a lot that I haven't played yet. So
That's pretty cool. So yeah, those of you who don't know about this app, this game, which shame on you.
yeah,
But yeah, the leaderboard is it's competitive. It's heated
it
up.
is
It's
very
crazy.
competitive. There are people with scores of over 100 for single villages, and which is just crazy to me. I don't see how people do it. It's
That's
insane.
awesome.
Yeah,
So what's your very okay? So you got 77 on your first one. I got
77.
82 on that one.
Oh
So
man, you beat me.
boom,
I wonder if I
I
can.
did.
I wonder if I can bust 80 on this play. We'll go with the first one to show everyone the introductory settlement. The cool thing about the app is there's all these different settlements that you can play, and I'll show you here. You have all these different ones, and they have the great little animations. They all have different themes. They all have different civilizations that you're playing as. But the first settlement that I'll play here is the introductory one, and if you click on the buildings, it'll tell you what each building does, which is really handy. And we'll explain how the game works if you don't know how the game works either. But this building here, you have a settlement sheet and you have an empire sheet. And your settlement sheet is what you build up to make your empire stronger, and your empire sheet is what you build up to make your score higher. So these different buildings in your settlement do different things, and by getting them completed by taking actions, and we'll show you how you could take actions and do that. Yeah, look, it took me 10 times to get to 77 on this. So you've beat my score.
I have played this game quite a bit, and not only necessarily on the app, but you got to think every time I'm demoing it or
Yeah,
all those, every time we did a giant mass of people playing, 100 people playing together at a convention, I would always have like a little sheet and play as well.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Which is definitely something that I would also do. So what you first do is when you start off the game, you click go and you're going to roll your dice. And the way the dice work, it has this really cool die rolling animation and this cool little spot for your dice. These are resource die here that you see here. The three smaller dice are resource die, and then you have your action die, which I've rolled the best you can roll, 5 actions, which is phenomenal. Um, so I get to take 5 actions, and these are the three resources I have to work with. Not all actions take resources, but most of them do. So you'll see as we get into the game here that the resources are important, but your actions are probably, I would argue, more important. Having enough actions is the most important thing. And when you play the game in the normal game and not in the app, you have a boon that you can choose, or not a boon, but a what is it called in the game? I can't remember the term that they use for it. I I'm putting
Boon is one of the keys, but it's a favor token.
yeah, favor token. There you go. You get your favorite token. It's right here, right in front of me. Select your favorite token. So you get a favor token, and they do different things. This game, I'm going to have these three to choose from. One of my favorite ones is ally because it gives you an extra action. But you can click in this little box here to show you what the favor tokens do. This one gains you one action. Um, Oh, when is this coming out for BlackBerry? Good question, Dicey Review. That's a very valid question. We'll get right on it.
It's so in demand. I
Yeah.
mean, I know we're disappointing all of the BlackBerry users
All the
out there,
BlackBerry
so
users.
I'm sorry about that, but we'll get right on it.
Yeah. And we are both doing great, Sam or Sean. We're doing fantastic. Um, this
Oh, you were responding to a
I'm responding
comment.
to chat.
I
Yes.
thought you meant like we are both like the two BlackBerry users
The
are doing great.
both of us BlackBerry users are doing awesome. We have our little track wheels. We're doing fantastic. We can't be beat.
No
Um,
offense to BlackBerry
no.
users. My wife, that's her favorite phone of all time. So sorry.
That's funny. Does she still use a BlackBerry?
She does not.
Okay. Good. Yeah, don't you worry. Don't you worry, Captain Link. I'm going to unlock some bridges. Definitely will be unlocking bridges. Favorite tokens. This one is called Boon, and it lets you choose a resource and gain one of that resource one of the resources that you've rolled. Ally gives you the extra action, and Yield lets you choose a resource one of your die and harvest that resource without spending actions, which is also huge. So it's definitely these are all three great favors. Um, since I will probably be unlocking bridges, I may take yield or ally, but I have 5 actions this time, so I don't know if I'll be able to use 6 actions with only 3 resources. But um, yeah, let's just take ally to start with, since I have yield to choose from every time. And you were going to say something?
I was, and then I immediately forgot about
That's okay.
it.
That's okay. I was going to say that I don't have sound hooked up on the app because the sound on this app that I'm using to display this on my um, on my computer kind of messes up things a little bit. So I don't have it there yet.
There it is. Yeah, I was gonna. I remembered. I was going to, and don't mind me. I'm just gonna chit chat while you're doing your thing sometimes. But I was gonna ask the audience if they know what one of the first roll and write games was considered.
Oh yeah, good question. Because I
Let's
don't know,
see.
so I'm glad you have some little tidbits. I'm taking Eric's advice right off the bat and unlocking some bridges.
Solid strategy. Always a solid
Always a
strategy.
solid strategy. Have your bridges unlocked. That way you have access to your resources that you can gather here. And since I have the yield favor token this game, then the resources might become very valuable. Um, but I also like to get some of my buildings unlocked early on. The buildings give you extra resources, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and unlock the first building here.
Mhm. And if the viewers want to pop in and say some of their favorite strategies for this first adventure map, it's always interesting to hear because Zara always goes for architect, just architect all the way through. And for a while, I couldn't beat that, and I finally did, and I felt so happy because I was thinking, yeah, it can just be the way to get the highest score. There
Really,
has to be another
you
way.
really.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, it's funny because I tend to go for the points building and try to get as many of those marked off as I can. But I've found that that doesn't really get me. I typically can get to about 70, but that's about as high as I can get. So I know it's not the strongest strategy.
Mhm.
But I just keep thinking in my mind, just go for the points building and build it over and over and over again. But it's obviously not the way to go.
Mhm.
So I've got one stone, I've got one gold, and look, I already wasted a resource. But that's okay because we want to. I think I'm going to go ahead and build my other, or start building my other building here, and I will lose a gold, but I got 2 points. So
Losing resources
I know
already.
losing resources already
Inefficient.
inefficient, and it's terrible. And I went my hubris made me go all in there.
So I saw that the Dicey review popped in with Yahtzee, and that's the answer I'm looking for. I don't know if it's the right one,
I
but
don't
it's
know
the
if it
right
is
one for
either,
me.
but it's the first roll game I ever played.
It's yeah, it's so old. It's over like 100 years old, I
Yeah.
think. But yeah, but this I think Ignatzu was inspired. The first time I came across Roll and Writes was Welcome to. That was the
Mm,
first game that I actually experienced, and
yeah.
actually Ignatzu is the one who introduced me to it at Grand Con in Michigan. I think it was 2 years ago. I think he was inspired by that game and by the series, Gone Sean Clever, the first one
That's
at the
also a
time, and
phenomenal
making
game.
this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Gonshan Clever is a game that I played a lot as well, and they also have a great app. It's a great app to play, but this one is it's really clean, it's really nice, it's very visually pleasing. That's one of the things I love most about this app is that it's just so pretty to look at. Um, all right, so now I've got 5 actions. I've got 2 food, 1 wood, and 1 gold. So I want to be a little bit more efficient this time and unlock some of my food here. There we go. We used our food, and then this I've got a wood and a gold. So this one lets me use 1 action to use both of those guys. And then I've got 1 action left, which should put me one step closer to completing my building here. I forget if it, yeah, my settlers. If my resource dice show the same result, gain 1 action. That's a really powerful one. If at least 2 resource dice show the same result, but it's situational, right? So it's
Mhm.
obviously, uh,
So each of those buildings have different abilities, and each of the different empire sheets, in this case, empire, villages, locations, will have different abilities as well. So that's why every single one of these is a different puzzle entirely.
right. And one of the things that I can do, and I'm debating on whether or not I should do, but I can actually go ahead and build my 8 point building right here. Um, so the way this works, each one of these has a little Tetris shaped looking block, and you can draw these. These are called blueprints, and you can take these blueprints and you can put them on any squares that you have unlocked. And so since I've unlocked these squares in this L shape right here, I could take my architects, and that's exactly the strategy that I go for, is just go architects, 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 but it's obviously not the strongest strategy. But I went ahead and built my architects there for 8 points, which makes me feel good because 8 points is a pretty big point swing in this game. But obviously, I'm going to have to come up with something to see if I can get above 70 points this time. We'll see. I'm already in round 3, and I don't know. It's not looking great for me. Uh,
The pressure's getting to you. You've
the
been
pressure's
lured
getting.
to the dark side by the points,
I
already
know. I'm
going for
telling you,
architect.
already going for architects. I'm already doing it. But I'm getting pretty good rolls. I get 4 actions at least every time, which is good. And this time, let's see here. I've got a gold and a food and a wood. Am I going to want to take? So what I can do actually to kind of boost myself up the food track a little bit, up the farming track, is I can take yield, and yield will let me select a die, and um, and since I've already got 2 food, but I can go ahead and do my yield token. This is how you activate your tokens right here, your favorite tokens. So since I rolled a food, I can go ahead and select food, and then that will let me harvest food without using an action. So I can harvest 2 food, so I can get up to 4 food this round, and which is really nice because the food you need a lot of to get up on the farming track. But since I've got plenty of food there. Well, it's going to use all my actions, and I wasted 2 resources. So I was a little bit greedy there in harvesting my food. Um, and this fortress, this last building that we haven't really talked about, this one is one that you can do anytime. You can spend wood and a stone to get 3 points, and you can do that 3 separate times. Um, Ganshan Clever took over my life for a month or so. Yeah, and so did Doppelt. Yeah, Ganshan Clever took
Hmm.
over my life for about a month. It was pretty crazy. I was playing that game nonstop. Um,
See, a comment on that. I wanted to introduce Zara to it with a group of friends, and they were a little overzealous, and they started with Doppelt so clever,
oh
which
yeah,
completely was overwhelming. It's not the way to start your journey of these games.
no,
So now she loves it after being introduced to Gans and working up to it. But those games are phenomenal.
that's awesome. So I only rolled 3 actions that time, which I definitely want to take ally because I want to have at least 4 actions. But yeah, Doppel's so clever. I never played as much, but I played Ganshan Clever a lot, a whole lot.
Hmm.
Um,
So, one thing I do want to say on BGG, there is a thread of a player doing a full playthrough of every single one of these Empire sheets. So it's a really cool thread to jump in there and
mm,
kind of. I think they did a breakdown of their score for everyone, talked about their strategies and all that. It's a really cool thread. And a lot of people got together. Ignacy was in there talking too, because it's quite an achievement. Because that's a lot of plays,
that
right?
is a lot of plays. There are definitely there's so many. That's one of the other great things about this app. There are so many empires, so many different settlements to play. So you could play this app a ton and never play the same game twice.
Hmm.
Finally got some stone, and so uh, I might need to unlock some of my stone guys here. So I might need to take yield. But I don't have this bridge built, but that's okay because I can build this bridge, and then I can harvest my stone for free.
And for everybody wondering, we do have additional village sheets for sale on both websites, portalgames.pl and portalgamesus.com. And then you can have two in person, two physical sheets, and have an epic campaign of totaling up the scores from all of those individual sheets with one other person or a group or something like that. So
Yeah,
it's an intense way to play, but
it
it's a
is.
cool way to play.
It is a fun way. One of the other things you could do with these little Tetris pieces here is you can make your buildings more powerful. So this one right here, my farm right now, it gives me 1 food at the beginning of each round. If I built the blueprint down here into this area, which I could do right now, it would make it two food per round, which actually wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because going up on the farming track is an easy way to unlock a ton of points at the end. Um, but obviously, I'm looking here at my architects and I'm like, oh man, I want to build my architects up. Um, I haven't even built these buildings. My tool shop, which each time I harvest, I gain 1 resource plus 1 resource of that kind. There's so many different tactics. There's so many different ways you can play. If all resource dice show a different total result, you can get a gain 1 gold with your collector. It's another great one, but it's so hard to balance because your points all come from your empire sheet down here in the bottom section. These buildings up here at the top just help you gain more resources and gain more um, things. Typically, there are some ways you can gain points up here at the top as well, like at this fortress and at this architect. Um, but I have a feeling that since I'm not really concentrating on this game, I'm not going to do so great.
Sure. Yeah, that's the
That's
use
the
that
that's the
excuse.
total reason. Hey, look, you've seen that I can do pretty well. I mean, I can.
I did. I know. I know. That's the reason I always do poorly whenever I play Monolith Arena or Hiroshima Hex against Eric, against the captain.
trying
It's
to
just
trying to talk
just
about it
distracting.
to get distracted by the commentary.
I
Um,
will say, make sure that everyone who has this game and still plays in on the physical copy, we have 5 village sheets available, 5 downloadable content village sheets for free. So there's one for Spiel 19, 2019. There's a Gen Con sheet. There's a Berlin Con, a UK Game Expo, and a Halloween sheet. So Halloween one is that for the time coming up. That was actually released last year, but you can download them all on portalgames.pl.
Yeah, which is one of the other really awesome things that I love about this. Um, um, there's so much extra stuff that you can add on and keep playing, and there's just so much stuff to do with this app. I've played it so many times, but then the physical game itself, there's just a ton of stuff to download. There's so many things that you can keep doing and keep playing, and playing this game also two player is a lot of fun. There's not a lot of player interaction when you're playing, other than what favor tile gets drawn, what gets drawn, but it's really fun to compare your score with other people and see how well you're doing and how other people are doing. Um, but man, I'll tell you, this game really shines as a solo game because you could play a game in 15 20 minutes um, if you're not talking about it. Uh, I'm gonna gain 2 food from that, so we'll take the ally.
Yeah, when Ignacio was designing this game, and you guys can see, he wanted to capture the depth and the heaviness of an engine builder. That choice, that balance, that always feeling that you want one more turn, or you want to really get that engine cranking. And you can definitely see by the way David's playing, and the decisions, and the and ahs, and those kind of decisions he's having to run across, that he succeeded. This is definitely a little bit of a um, heavier roll and write.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely, and it's funny because it's an easy game to play when you first pick it up. It's easy to pick up and play and understand the concepts of and get it under your belt really quickly. But then to do really well at the game, it's incredibly hard. As you can see, I'm probably going to end in the 30s or 40s um, in this game because I could upgrade that, but I don't want to upgrade that. I don't need that much food. There's no way. No, I want to continue without using a blueprint. I, I need more stone and
See,
wood.
yeah, I find that I tend not to go for food much in my games for
Really?
some reason. Yeah, I don't know.
On this settlement, I tend to go for food a lot, and the reason why is because of that. This. Oh, let me choose my. Let's see here. Let's go with. Did I get any stone? No, I got some wood though, so let's go with yield. Uh, yeah, because the farm is what really brings me a lot of food. So it's basically, it kind of gives you an easy way to get up on the food track really high.
Hmm.
But obviously this time I'm gonna take my yield and I'm gonna harvest some wood. But let's see how much wood I need. I could use 2 4 wood, so I could harvest 3 without using an action, and then go
Bye, Paul.
bye. Have fun on your work
Bye.
call.
Bye. We're playing games. Go to work.
Yeah, go to work.
Would you say that what's your favorite token, you think?
My favorite token. I don't know. I think it's a draw between Lucky Coin and Ally, just because they're so
Hmm.
straightforward and so useful. Like it's hard for me not to choose Ally every time because it's like you always need another action, right? Like
And I yield like it's nobody's business. Like
really.
I just savage those fields. There's nothing left. Like the Mongols.
Yeah, I will say it's really nice when you roll stone, which I didn't even roll stone this time, where you can start doing these 2s and 3s up here. It's
Hmm.
really nice. And now I'm trying to decide if I want to go for the points or unlock my bridges, which I don't think I'm going to get my last. Well, I could get my last bridge unlocked if I could roll stone. I'd be in good shape. Actually, I need stone
So
and wood.
while David ponders that decision, if there's any questions from in the chat about this game, or about anything else regarding the roll and write, or things like that, feel free to drop them in. We're going to be here for another, like, what, 15 minutes
Yeah,
or so,
another
15
few
20
minutes or so.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after this, we're going to do a state of 2020. David and I are going to uh, dive into kind of reviewing 2020 and just kind of like a state of the company, state of dress.
Yeah, it's been a wild year.
It's what a year. Yeah.
I mean, for everybody, it's been a crazy year, but
Yeah. So we'll be talking about all that. So you guys are welcome and encouraged to join us then. But how many points do you think you're going to be racking on this one? This one is not going to be a high
I
scoring
think I'll
game
be
for you.
lucky if I get to 50. Yeah, I have not played this game optimally, and I'm debating on whether or not I don't want to use a blueprint because none of the blueprints that I have unlocked really help me out. What was your latest score, Captain? I'm gonna guess 85 because you're good at games.
He's so good at
He
games.
is really good at games. I want to go ahead and end this round. All right, now we're talking. We got some gold, we got some food, we got 5 actions, um, and I think I am definitely going to be taking yield to get a free gold.
So I'm looking at my scores. I've only really dove into the first like handful, and only the first four I tried to optimize. So my first one is 82, 76, 77, and 71. So those are my
Oh
scores.
man,
But
you're definitely beating
that's
me
it.
on all of them. I sit there and I play them until I get to king, and then I move on to the next one. And I think I'll go back and I'll increase my score later. And
That's a
so
good
as soon
strategy.
as I hit
Yeah.
king, I'm just like I'm on to the next one. I'm on to the next one. All right, so I get a free gold here. So now I've got 6 actions. I've got 3 food. I've got 3 gold. Um, and if I can, it's not going to give me enough to do what I want to do.
So if anyone watching has explored Spiel Digital, we've been just basically stuck in our booth the whole day, so we didn't get to go wander the hall and check out some of the other events and publishers. So if you want to let us know what you think and how it's going, I'd appreciate it. Any inside baseball, some knowledge about what's going on in some of the other publishers,
Absolutely.
or
Um,
maybe everyone watching has just been watching Portal Games all day, which is better.
that's
It's
even better.
perfect.
Yeah, that's the best way to go. Yeah, so I'll definitely break 50 this game, but Eric, of course, I should have guessed what his last score was. Uh,
Oh man. Oh
oh,
Eric.
Eric. Yeah,
If someone wants to laugh, have a good laugh for an hour, you guys can go back to our Twitch stream library and see our Wits and Wagers gameplay. And Eric committed to a certain digit for the game, and it ended up working out well. He decimated us. He
he
won.
did. He beat everyone, and he had a one-number strategy.
Well, two number strategy, right?
Yeah, two-number strategy exactly. Yeah. Sam's just been watching Portal all day, which is awesome. We love
Sam,
to.
you're a rock
Yeah, we
star.
love to hear that. That's great. Um, and if you guys haven't joined our Discord, you can join our Portal Games Discord. Um, we have a little bit of a activity going on over there where people chat about Portal games and different things that are happening, different events that are happening. I don't know if there's a way for me to put a link to that in the chat. I don't think there is, but
It's
um,
twitch.tv/Portal Games US, guys. That's the channel.
Twitch is for our Twitch channel. Yeah, I was talking about Discord. The reason I mentioned that is
Oh,
because
Discord. Sorry.
Sam is on the Discord channel. I see him chatting over there every now and then, so it reminded me.
Gotcha.
Um, but we do have a Discord. If you get in touch with us, if you send us a message on Twitch or whatever and want to join, we can get you in the Discord channel. Um,
I'm sleeping, I guess. Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. I'm trying to decide if I want to use a blueprint because I've got so many open slots here, but all my blueprints don't fit.
Oh man, that's one of the coolest things about this game and most frustrating things about
It
this game.
is. It really is. I'm gonna see if I can gain some extra. Let me see if I can gain some extra.
But on the
actions.
topic of Twitch, guys, we are at 494 followers. So if there's 6 people watching that have not subscribed or don't follow us on Twitch, please do. Please go up there and just get us to that nice 500.
Yeah.
That's such a nice number.
Yeah, we need that 500. We need six more people to join. We're like an NPR pledge drive here. We need six more people to join before the end of this stream. And there's the Discord link that Captain shared, so you can join us on Discord as well. Um,
That's a very inside joke.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Please call your local favorite game
Yeah,
store
local
and
favorite game store. Buy a game from them today. Imperial Settlers, but not portal related question. Is there any way to obtain Texas and Jiminy factions forever?
I'm watching the chat. You focus on getting a better
Okay.
score,
Yeah,
sir.
I'll try to get a better score. I'll see what I can do.
Nick Reedy, you got to follow up that question with a comment saying if you're talking about the Portal Games US shop or the Portal Games .pl shop, and then I can give you a more detailed
Yeah.
answer.
I just laughed at that question because I have the same question. I'm like, I want those too, but it's impossible to find them.
There
Um,
was the Mississippi and the university were also hard to find,
they
and
are.
I know Paul was also Paul, also known as David's brother, also known as the Dicey Review, also known as he needs to start raising more in games like Imperial Settlers and 51st State. He wanted that one, and I found one in the back of my closet when we were moving, so I threw that into a package that I was sending him anyway with like a photography lens that he let me borrow, and I think he got that, so he was excited. But
Yeah,
these are hot
he was
commodities.
very excited for sure. All right, and what did I roll again? I rolled. They're all different, so I'm not going to get an extra action.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll take an ally.
Yeah, so as far as the Texas and hegemony for the Portal Games US shop, I do know that our customer service head has been saying that he's been getting more and more requests about that. So I think he's going to be putting in an order for a reprint of those to get them in. As of now, we don't have them, and that's not, I can't give you a date, but I do think that he said that there was enough people requesting these that he'll want to get them into stock again. And there it
Nice.
is. Will be printed with Moloch. All right.
Very nice. Okay, so I actually will break 60 this time because I'm going to be able to build my architects. So I'm not a completely horrible score, but not nearly an 80, which is what I was going for. But I think it was a little optimistic to try to talk about this game and get 80 points. Um, and now I have two actions left and nothing to use them on because. But if I gather wood here, I'll be able to get 1 star there. And then I'll be able to build my architects there and get 62. And I have one more round, so I have a chance to get some more points. Probably not many more. Oh, not with 3 actions. Oh, man. But I have 4 actions because I have my settlers. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I've harvested most of my fields. Hmm. Hmm.
We got you, Nick. You know we take care of you guys.
Yeah. All right.
There's no publisher that has fans cooler than you guys, than our fans.
It's true. It is definitely true.
There are many examples to prove that point, not the least of which is Ignaz's Santa-like sack of cookies and treats that he brings back home from conventions every time.
All right. Now I can harvest 3 wood. You see, you were right. I ended up with too much food this time. I didn't need this much
Too much
food. I
food.
didn't need it. I didn't need it all.
It just goes to waste. I tend to when I play this thematically, I don't know, it might be weird, but I tend to think of this as every roll of the dice is like a harvest season.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you end up with too much food, then it just goes to
You
waste. Yeah.
overstocked.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's see. Can I do this? I can do this. No, I can't. I have the 1 wood, but I don't have 1 stone. Oh man. Oh man. I could get 69 points if only I had if only I had
It would make Eric
it would
so
make him so
proud.
proud.
Oh,
Uh
You got to get 70 though.
Uh,
Like you got to just it's right
I know
there.
it's so close, and I have no way to get. I have one action left and no way to get points. Oh man, I'm so disappointed.
That's a pretty good score though for someone being distracted and talking the whole time and
It's not too bad. I'm feeling I'm feeling not horrible about it, but I wish I had done better. And if only I had a way to clear out um, one wood spot right here, then I would
Mhm.
be able to build another architects, and I would be able to be in the respectable range there. But I don't have a way to get there. I don't have a way to get there. I don't even think I have a way to get to points with my last action,
It's okay.
but that's all
It's
right.
okay.
Um,
70 would have been great, but your score's already pretty dang good.
it's not too bad. It's when
Not
I
too
get
bad.
above 60, I feel like I've at least played okay. But my
Yeah.
goal is to get above 80 on all of them, so
I-
that's what I'm going back for.
I'm trying to build up your
Yeah,
confidence
thank
for
you.
your games against the captain
I
tomorrow, you
appreciate
know?
that
We
because I'm
can't.
going to need all the help I can get
That's
because he
right.
beats me every time I play him. Let's see here. Well, we'll just spend our last action on something here. Sure, for fun.
Cool.
And that is that. I haven't used a blueprint this round. No, I'm going to use a blueprint just because I can. Sure,
Just
go for it. There we go. Makes it look more
that doesn't
impressive.
get him any
No
points, just to
points at all.
clarify.
At all. It just boosts up a building that I won't be using anymore. The settlers. Um, but there you have it. That is, I got the rank of Duke. I didn't get the rank of King. See, I usually go for King, and then once I hit King, I'm like, all right, I've achieved it. But that is the Imperial Settlers Roll and Write app. And yet, to answer a question that came up in chat, it's not a companion app at all. It's a standalone app that you can just sit and play at work all day long and totally shirk your job. And
Don't say that because now you work for Portal Games. What the heck?
I meant
It's
I
okay. It's
meant
part of the
other
job.
people can. Other people can do that. Not me. I play this game once I'm done with work.
Yeah.
No,
And for those of you that want to hear the story, the background of how David joined the team, that'll be coming up in the 2020.
yeah, that was it's an exciting moment for me. It's funny I talk about joining the Portal team and it seems like 10 years ago and at the same time it seems like just yesterday. So it's really funny. This year's been such a weird year. But we'll
Hmm.
talk more about that in the 2020 breakdown, but
Yeah, like 20
yeah, in
minutes.
like 20 minutes. But for all of you, if you have any other questions about, yeah, no, don't worry, Benjamin. Trust me, I definitely don't play roll and write while I'm working. I usually have plenty of time after work to play roll and write. You can play this game and literally once you get it down, you can play it in like 10, 15 minutes, which is one of the things I absolutely love about it. But it's also one of the things that's infuriating because you keep thinking, oh, just one more game, just one more game, just one more game, and then an hour later you're like, oh man, I've been playing this game for like an hour, which is it's a lot of fun. It's great. So, but thank you all for joining us. If you have any other questions or anything else you'd like to talk about, feel free. We probably have another couple of minutes that we can answer questions if you have any. And otherwise, go get the Imperial Settlers Roll and Write app. It is phenomenally fun. It's very, very deep. It's very simple and easy to pick up. But yeah, it's a blast. And now that I've picked it back up for this stream, I'm probably going to be playing it all night tonight, laying in bed while the TV is on, just playing Roll and Write. So, you know,
You got to get for the
I
80s.
got to get to the 80s. I mean, I absolutely look at my scores here. Not a single 80 in here. I got close with this
Show
77.
show everybody the leaderboard. Show them what that looks like real
Oh
quick.
yeah, where's the leaderboard? Let's see here.
Bottom right there.
Yeah, there we
Boom,
go.
boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts.
And then you will all be surprised with my name on the very top. No,
Oh,
not true.
I have to turn my phone off of airplane mode. So
Oh gosh, so many.
I
All
was gonna
right, don't
say,
worry about
I
it.
was
You've got
say,
like so many
so many
notifications. Don't do it.
notifications. Yeah,
It's gonna just pile up.
yeah,
All right.
it'll be insane. Um, yeah. So, but go check out the leaderboards when you get the app because we know you're all going to get the app. So go get it. Check out the leaderboards. Some of the scores are ridiculous. You think to yourself, that's impossible. But some of these people, man, are nuts. It's crazy.
Cool. All right. So thank you all for
Yeah,
joining us. And those of you, we invite you to stick around in 15 more minutes and just to hear a quick state of Portal Games 2020 from the perspective of Portal Games US.
absolutely. Thank you guys so much again for joining us, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks so much, Sam.